Diane in Denmark here, and I'm back doing another 5 magic minute video. Now, as I explained to you before, these videos, you can use them if you're having a bit of a down day, you can't get started, you need a wee bit of motivation to get you off your bahookie and get you moving. Perhaps you've got health issues, you can't do too much at a time. These videos, and I'm your timer here, you don't need to be setting the timer, I'm your timer. And all we're doing is we're working together doing something for 5 minutes. And you might even like to use these videos. I've got a whole playlist of them, by the way. I'll put them up there for days that you need to push through and things. You can use them as a top of the hour playlist. Remember in Flylady, there's that concept of doing something, for example, at 8 o'clock in the morning, at 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, or in the afternoon. And you're just doing something for 5 minutes just to get you going. And then the rest of the hour you get to relax or put your feet up or mope if you're in a bad mood. But we're getting something done. We're just doing a little bit at a time and moving forward with our day. So anyway, I'm going to set a timer. There's a timer going. Woohoo, we're up and running. Today is Tuesday. This is the day that I'm making this video. It's Tuesday, which in Flylady land is plan and play. Perhaps you'd like to sit down with me and plan your menu for the next few days. I've just been planning mine, and as I've said to you before, what I normally do is I take my diary, this is my diary, good old Millie and Diana Prince, and I just check what we've got in the store cupboards, in the drawers here in the kitchen, what I've got in the fridge, what I've got in the freezer, and I've just actually taken last night I took out chicken because I know we're going to be having chicken today, and I've got a wee notebook where I kind of keep a note of what I put into the freezer, because you know what the freezer's like. It's if there's any kind of leftover food, it goes into the freezer and then you forget what you've got in there. It's a bit like a graveyard. Anyway, I've checked my wee book, and you may want to use a little list and plan it out this way. Sometimes I do it this way, but generally speaking, I just put it in my diary. And all I've done is, done our menu for the week, and I'll tell you what a few of the things that we've got in case you need a bit of inspiration. And listen, maybe you want to be folding laundry right now if you're not doing, if you're not menu planning, or perhaps you've already planned your menus. But for example, this week I started my Swedish language class again last night. I go to Swedish classes because I like to keep learning. We've got the summer house in Sweden, and so I left for the family some Danish soup, Danish meatball and dumpling and carrot soup, and my daughter had made bread the day before, so that's what they had. And I took something with me to eat while I was at my evening class. So on days like that, on Mondays, that's the kind of thing that I plan, something I can leave. For example, for next Monday, I've written down that we're going to be having a crock pot beef stew. That's something that I can put in the crock pot early in the morning, and I can take a small thermos flask of the crock pot stew with me, and the family can have that when they get home. And other things for us for this week, it's a very simple menu. On Fridays we normally have something simple like lasagna or spaghetti bolognese. That's one of the top things to have in Denmark on a Friday night, or pizza or lasagna. Those are the two favourite things. Interestingly enough, in Sweden they have tacos normally on a Friday night. They're really into tacos on a Friday. There you go, a little cultural difference. And Saturday night we're going to be having a classic of build your own burger, just really good beef burgers with buns, and then everybody can put on whatever they want, whether they want cheese or remoulade or fried onions or a slice of tomato, and we're having some French fries with that. And this week I am out to another clothes swap party. Woohoo! The first clothes swap party since discovering my Dressing Your Truth type, and I told you I've got bags and bags of clothes of things that I've managed to declutter, go me, and I'm looking forward to getting some new things which will be true to my type 1 nature. So on that evening when I'm going to the clothes swap party, the kids and hubby, they will be having a meal which is kind of straight from the freezer. It's Danish fish fillets, and all they have to do is, you know, put it into the oven along with some potatoes, and there'll be salad, and that's easy for them. And I'll be taking a cake because at these close swap parties, it's normally some kind of potluck thing. So that's a good thing to, you know, before you plan your menu, have a look and see what's happening. Are you driving to Scouts with the kids? Do you need to plan, you know, a kind of an evening packed dinner, just a sandwich and an energy bar and some fruit? You know, keep it simple. So I can see it on the clock. We've still got another 35 seconds. And the other things that you might like to plan today, and again, just take your timer and sit down for 5 minutes, is maybe have a look and see if there are any, I don't know, anniversaries coming up, wedding anniversaries, birthdays. We've got a trip coming up to Tokyo soon, and I need to check the accommodation for that. I had booked 2 different hotels, and now I need to decide which we want to stay at, because they were in different areas of Tokyo, and there were advantages and disadvantages to both. So I'm going to finalise that today. And what else is coming up? Oh yeah, and the other thing is booking haircuts for the family. I need to book one for my DD16, so I'm just going to write that down on my list. DD16 haircut, because my son, he had his haircut last week, and I had a haircut 2 weeks ago, so we were all good to go. So anyway, remember, just take these minutes when you can, you know, 5 minutes while you're waiting for the dishwasher to finish running, or a couple of minutes while you're waiting for the kettle to boil. You can use a couple of minutes just to do something. So anyway, I am off to finish my morning routine because the dishwasher has stopped and it's now ready to be emptied, and I'll check in with you again tomorrow. So anyway, Diane in Denmark saying, live long and prosper, may the Danish hygge be with you. Let's make these minutes count, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye for now.